Welcome abroad to my YouTube channel. You are now watching Let's Talk. On tonight's episode, what are we going to talk about? I have no idea. So curious much? Let's tune in. Okay, let's tune in. Hi, what's up, Steven Leonard? Oh my God, how are you? Woo, you're so hot.
Thank you.
Cocok banget pakai ini kumis.
Hah?
Cocok banget ada nih. How are you,
Cocok ya?
darling?
I'm very good.
Wow.
How are you?
You look
How's
shine.
Jakarta? Congratulations.
Apanya? Congratulations. Oh, Jakarta.
You
Thank
moved
you.
yourself to Jakarta.
Yes, yes. And kapan kamu nih mau datang ke sini main cari aku?
Pasti dong nanti kalau setelah corona ini selesai. kan?
Nih nggak mau hilang-hilang nih si Miss Rona ini kan? Susah kali
Iya.
ya kita. Mau ngapain pun susah kan? Mau pergi
Iya.
nge-beach pun susah.
Nge-beach.
Nge-beach. You know? Beach. How are you doing in this COVID pandemic? How are you holding on?
Doing good. Doing very boring. You don't know where to go. Ya begitu saja kan harus di rumah saja. Jadi ya demi menjaga keselamatan sendiri dan keluarga kita harus di rumah.
Di
Walaupun
rumah
bisnis
aja.
harus tetap berjalan. Nggak ada uang mati nanti kan.
That's good. That's good. So like you are getting a new tattoo?
This has been there for 3 years now.
I've never seen that before. Can you like show me a little bit?
A lot now.
Oh wow. So it's a wave.
Yeah, this is actually the great, the great wave of Kanagawa. It's a
Wow,
Japanese
Japanese.
painting, very famous one. Yes.
What does that
And I
mean?
have a few other more.
Is that a
It means
Japanese?
you to be humble.
Wow.
It actually reminded me to be humble because the story was about kayak tentang kita harus selalu mengingat kalau semuanya itu tidak ada yang permanen. Kalau
Wow.
misalnya contohnya tsunami datang, the great wave datang juga habis juga kita kan mati.
Benar, kayak corona juga habis juga kita kan?
Iya, kayak contohnya corona ini kira-kira begitu. Jadi kita jadi orang tuh harus tetap rendah diri, rendah hati, besar hati. Soalnya sekarang pun kayaknya zaman-zamannya banyak orang yang gimana ya, yang kaya sombong, uang baru, gila ya.
Yang kaya sombong. OKB.
Ya, banyak loh rata-rata.
Lu what do you mean? OKB?
Ya, OKB.
Oh my God. At this time you want to be arrogant? I mean, come on, dude.
But you know, like that is human traits, you know.
Talking about your tattoo, how can you find out the meaning of it?
You know, it's because kayak kita kan apa itu namanya di hidup itu ada melewati beberapa fase-fase kehidupan. Betul nggak? Dimana ada fase dimana kamu lagi di atas, and you were taught something, you know?
Yes.
Kayak ada pelajaran hidup, then you are actually learn from it, you know? Kayak habis dari atas jatuh, karena hidup itu kan seperti roda berputar.
Yes, benar.
Dan di saat waktu aku bikin tattoo itu, it's actually nothing happened to me, but it's just more to a reminder, you know. Untuk lagian kan tattoo itu kan kayak addictive gitu. Jadi apart from that, then I need something to remind me to be humble. It's not that I'm not humble though.
That is amazing.
Kira-kira begitu.
Sudah
Do
berapa?
you have any tattoo?
No. I wish I have one. How many tattoos you have?
If you I have 12.
12? Serious?
12.
Oh.
Yes.
Where is it? Oh, that's
Oh,
sexy.
oh my.
Is that a panda?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
Yes, that is a panda.
Oh, so what's the meaning of the panda?
Panda is like, you know, be like a panda. Black and white but cute and everyone loves it. Right?
Right.
That's what everyone needs to learn in this whole world because apalagi sekarang ini ya, kan banyak kali rasisme di sana sini,
Yes, benar.
diskriminasi. Di Indonesia sendiri aja namanya Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, tapi
Yeah,
kita itu
it's
nggak
just
bersatu.
benar.
Tuh kayaknya banyak lah, coba lihat dari netizen aja kan udah tau lah kan cara-cara bahasanya itu gimana, semua kayak ada komplotan gitu. So I think Panda itu satu reminder lagi untuk dimana kita itu harus seperti panda, walaupun putih, hitam, ada putih, ada hitam, tetap
Wow,
manja dan disukai semua orang.
mantap banget sih arti tato-tato kamu itu. Like literally,
Betul kan?
seriously. I was amazed loh. Gue nih kayak mau kuncang. Gue kayak goosebumps when I heard you say
Really?
that. Yeah.
If you were allowed to have one tattoo or the first one,
Yeah.
what you gonna get?
Damn. That's a hard question. That's a hard
Think
question.
hard.
I don't know. Baby Yoda?
What? Sorry?
Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda, why?
Whoa, I don't know. Just cute. I don't know. I have no
Just
idea.
like you, so cute.
Me cute? Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
We both cute though.
Yeah, we have been friends for so long, right?
Yes, how many years? Like
How long has it been? I
10,
think
10 years?
kayaknya lebih dari itu deh.
Gila ya. Where did the time
Iya,
goes?
udah lama banget. Dari zaman-zamannya fotografi belum booming.
Oh my god, I'm so happy, to talk to you.
Yeah,
And
I'm so
like-
happy. I'm so glad to have friends like you.
Oh, me too.
Karena sekarang kan gak gitu banyak teman yang kayak bisa, I don't know, is it about me or have you ever felt, pernah gak kamu merasa kalau misalnya zaman sekarang usia kita itu kayak kita malas berteman dengan teman baru. Bukannya
Yes,
malas
kinda
sih,
true.
cuman
Kinda true.
banyak consideration kalau misalnya you meet someone,
Mm-mm.
waktu kamu bertemu seseorang itu membuat kamu itu berpikir kita mau nggak start dari nol, bukannya namanya kolau ya. Apa itu bahasa Indonesianya?
Apa sih? Introvert. Introvert,
No,
isn't
it's not
it?
introvert. No, it's like
Suka kayak
it's like you
kayak
don't
antisocial.
yeah, correct. Unsocialized. Bukan karena alasan itu sih, tapi karena more to you're so tired of drama.
Yeah.
I don't know about your life.
I think because when we are younger, we already get too much drama in our lives.
Yeah, during our teenage years, basically our young adults, it's so
It never stops.
traumatizing
Yeah.
every second of our life.
It never stops. As we
Yeah,
getting
so now
older,
I
yeah.
think
Bener sih, maksudnya
more to
semakin
like-
kita dewasa kita bakalan lebih memilah teman-teman kita sih. But I'm glad
Iya,
to
betul.
see you, like right now you're doing your own business.
Thank you.
So amazing. Kayak dulu kita
Yeah.
awal-awal itu masih foto shoot di mana tuh, rumah tua tuh kan. Oh my
Yeah.
god, you are so young and cute and all that, like.
But I can't believe though, I'm back to Medan and you were
Yeah.
gone. And you
Ah
were actually
yes,
at
true.
Jakarta. Right.
Jadi udah berapa tahun ya di Medan? So this one actually you made it in Medan or?
No. In this one I got it at Malaysia before I came back. Sebelum aku
Okay.
balik. Jadi sebelum aku balik kira-kira 8 bulan sebelum itu, then I got it. Then afterwards I came.
Oh, nice. So just now you're talking about socialize, yeah. Have you ever
socialize.
been try to fit into society, and
Of course.
when you try to fit in, actually you're not given a voice to speak up, to use your voice. Just now you're talking about socialize, yeah. Have you ever
socialize.
been try to fit into society, and
Of course.
when you try to fit in, actually you're not given a voice to speak up, to use your voice. Have you ever been
I
in that
think-
position?
That happened to most of us, especially during our 20s. And then this is one thing that it feels weird. I'm quite grateful though with the people that I met during my life, because for example you see we have been friends for so long, for more than
Yes.
10 years. If we had ever had any drama, it would not be the same,
Yeah,
However, kayak aku bersyukur karena banyak teman-temanku itu nggak ada yang kayak gitu. But I understand the point. At some point kita di hidup kita itu bakal merasakan ada kayak contohnya ya, kita waktu ditanya pendapat, kan
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
seringkali, for example, I will talk about work, okay, about
Yes.
career wise. Contohnya kalau misalnya ditanya makeup itu gimana, bla 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 bla, rambut itu gimana, kesehatan rambut itu gimana, contohnya. Tapi banyak orang yang malahan udah kita jelaskan karena melihat muka kita, either our look is too young, or according to them we are too young, atau kayak they just judge you by your first look or anything, then mereka kayak merasa pandai sendiri sih.
Yeah, they have doubts on you.
Yeah, they have doubts on any of us. Kayak mereka merasa diri mereka sendiri yang paling pandai. I think that happens a lot. Kayak
Benar sih,
di
I agree.
dunia ini. Kayak contohnya yang paling booming itu kan sekarang, contoh yang lagi itu apa? Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
Even then kayak masih banyak orang yang kayak they don't see racism in the full scale, you know. Mereka cuma lihat kalau ada hashtag itu artinya oh enggak lah, all lives also matter, kan? It's not about that. Bukan karena hidup semua orang itu penting. I mean yeah, of course our life are all
Yes.
matters, but sekarang kan hidup kita enggak lagi danger, ngerti kan?
Ngerti.
Kayak itulah ibarat kayak mindset dari orang yang
Susah untuk menerima ini sih perubahan.
ya.
And benar sih yang tadi kamu bilang itu, kayak when we try to actually speak up or give any suggestion, kayak try untuk inilah berpendapat gitu ya. Gak selamanya itu kita diberikan suara sih. Itu aku
Especially
agree.
this era.
They will think
Karena kan
yeah, they want to ask you but they want to question you too.
yeah, correct. And then
Benar.
especially in our age kan, kita itu kayak contohnya kita bekerja, kita lagi fokusnya di karir kita, di usia kita kan.
Benar.
Then the people that we met mostly is either our age, younger or older. Betul nggak?
True.
The older one will think that kita itu inexperienced. The
Yeah.
younger one will think that mereka itu lebih pandai karena lebih gimana ya? Karena
Lebih
maju.
youthful, lebih ini,
Ya,
lebih
lebih
tahu
maju.
segala
Jadi-
macam.
Nah, jadi kita yang di tengah-tengah itu kayak apapun yang kita bilang itu ada aja kan.
Kayak
Apalagi
bola
kalau
pingpong ya kita ya.
misalnya- Ya, apalagi kalau
Pingpong,
misalnya
pingpong.
you know people that is so difficult to express in words, you know. Kayak contohnya baru-baru aku balik itu, it's so difficult for me to kayak communicate with teman-temanku karena kan aku udah pergi lama gitu kan. Bukannya nggak bisa bahasa Indonesia, bisa bahasa Indonesia, bangga juga kan. Cuman of course there are limitation karena aku udah lama di my 20s itu aku nggak pakai bahasa Indonesia as much.
Yes.
Jadinya waktu balik itu when there is something to argue, for example, you need to explain in bahasa Indonesia yang beneran.
And it becomes
So
funny.
difficult.
It
Yeah.
becomes funny.
And it's either terus habis itu orang jadi kayak menganggap kamu lelucon. They take it as
I can
a
imagine.
joke.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so I think that is my struggle at the moment.
Iya, berarti
Karena
kamu
aku orangnya-
kayak try to fit in from dari Kuala
Yeah.
Lumpur yang usually you speak English and then like, suddenly you need to speak bahasa.
Yeah, and then
It's
if I
really
speak
hard.
English, then people will say, kamu ungrateful banget sih jadi orang Indonesia, terus kamu jangan sok-sok bahasa Inggris deh, kayak I think itu sih bagian-bagian susahnya. And also kayak this is the one thing that it feels weird. I don't know how to answer that questions actually, karena itu terlalu deep. Salah satu pengalaman saya waktu aku pergi ke Bali. Ya, pas aku ke Bali itu, ini kita kan cuma sharing gitu ya.
Yeah.
This section is more to kayak sharing gitu daripada instead of I give suggestion or wise advice or anything. I'm not like that. I just want to talk about this.
Okay.
Ya, aku gak mau nanti
We hear you. We hear you.
netizennya kirain kita sombong kan, padahal kita cuma ngobrol.
Susah
let's
kan,
talk
netizen kan.
Nah, jadi waktu aku di Bali itu, aku kan pergi sama teman-teman internasional aku. Dan obviously pastinya harusnya mereka pastinya berbahasa Inggris kan.
True.
Jadi aku otomatis berbahasa Inggris karena aku harus ngomong sama dengan mereka. Then one day kita pergi ke itu apa namanya Indomaret begitu untuk beli kacang gitulah kan untuk biasa minum. Dan waktu kita masuk ke dalam itu, aku lagi di luar, lagi nungguin teman-temanku selesai belanja. Dan karena orang-orang yang di depan parkiran itu yang kayak mungkin abang-abang Gojek atau abang-abang parkiran gitu, dan mereka kirain aku orang luar. Dan back then itu rambutku nggak hitam gitu, rambutku kan putih. Jadi aku berdiri di luar lagi nungguin, terus disamperin sama orang-orang di luar itu. Jadi dia start ngomong bahasa Inggris katanya. Oh, where you from, brother? Jadi aku kayak, oh aku bisa bahasa Indonesia kok, aku dari Indonesia. Terus you would be so shocked dengan cara aku nggak tahu motifnya apa. Tapi setelah aku bilang aku orang Indonesia, they stop talking to me.
What?
Mereka berbalik badan dan membuang muka and walked away. Dan setelah itu
What
mereka
happened?
teriak ke teman-temannya, oh orang Indo ini.
So what?
And he just walked away.
Also,
It's so weird, right?
So it means like they just want to talk to tourists, to foreigner.
Yeah.
What a
It's
joke.
weird. I think that is one of the example of majority people trying to fit into how to say the mainstream ideas
Yes.
of kayak orang Indonesia itu, you know, it's like human being getting elevated if let's say you are friends with international people. Kayaknya I think itu yang weird sih, yang kayak trying
Very
to
weird.
fit into the big idea of what is so cool about being somebody.
Yeah. People always
Kan?
want other people to be someone else. Jadi motifnya apa itu?
Gak tahu deh, menurut kamu apa motifnya?
Menurut aku motifnya sih like they don't want to talk to local.
Yeah, but it's so wrong, right?
Atau mereka mikir kayak local didn't give a tip, you know, something like that. Padahal mereka gak tahu justru orang lokal yang berani ngasih tipnya.
Iya, tapi
What do you
padahal
think?
pun kita nggak beli barang sama mereka, ngerti kan?
Hmm.
Kayak orang pejalan kaki gitu bisa kayak begitu. I think, I don't know. I think the mainstream media kayak bikin mindset. Mindset manusia itu being controlled, you know.
True. Kayak
Yeah,
udah.
And especially kalau Indonesia mau maju itu, we have to break through kayak persatuan itu. The real thing is, we never know kalau misalnya kita tentram atau enggak, bersatu atau enggak, ngerti kan?
Benar. Sebenarnya masih jauh banget sih kalau mau ngomong tentang persatuan itu is really difficult. For now belum sih.
Yeah, and unity is so important to make the country develop.
Meskipun berbeda-beda tetapi tetap satu jiwa. Satu
betul.
jiwa atau satu jiwa sih? Jangan salah pula nanti.
Satu sama aja sih, kayaknya satu jiwa. Yang penting bersatu deh. Betul nggak? Kalau
Iya.
kita bersatu itu kita bisa belajar dengan satu sama lain dengan budaya yang berbeda. Kayak masing-masing budaya kita itu ada banyak hal yang bisa kita pelajarin. Betul nggak sih?
True.
Dari segi agama, dari segi budaya, dari segi cara kita
Culture,
dibesarkan. So kalau misalnya for once kita menerima perbedaan kita di dunia ini, I think hidup kita bakal lebih positif dan lebih maju dan lebih pandai.
Benar sih. Because I think sebenarnya banyak orang juga sih yang try to fit into society. Kayak gak usah jauh-jauh sih. Kayak misalnya when we are about to maksudnya kita lihat grup itu. Wah, they are so cool, they are so fun, but can we fit into their standard? That's the question, right? Kayak mereka misalnya punya barang-barang branded segala macam, but you don't, and then you want to fit into them.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes kayak orang itu jadi gimana ya? Padahal itu seharusnya you don't need to do that because kamu kan bakalan kamu bakalan ketemu orang yang benar-benar itu bisa value who you are, you know. Tapi konsep itu masih jauh banget sih dari manusia because people always want to fit into something better, something good, something yang wow, you know.
And as how much kalau kita menolak, aku yakin banget nih bakal banyak pendengar yang bakal menolak juga, bakal bilang enggak lah kita udah maju nih, kita udah kayak ngapain dengerin kata orang, aduh itu udah lewat lah itu kayaknya itu udah pembahasan yang lama, betul kan? Tapi contohnya, let's just take example, kita kan sekarang zaman-zamannya Instagram.
Hmm,
So, a lot of selebgram now,
a
kayak di
lot.
mana-mana itu banyak banget selebgram. Dan let's be honest, kalau misalnya kita kadang keluar itu nampak orang baru itu, or even satu orang yang lumayan terkenal, let's say selebgram itu lewat, kita sama teman-teman kita pasti bilang, oh coba kita lihat dulu berapa followersnya, betul?
Benar.
So that
Ini
means
keren ya dia ya. Coba kita lihat lah.
so unconsciously itu sebenarnya mindset kita masih tetap trying to fit into it.
Hmm,
Trying to kayak yang seperti yang kamu bilang itu, aku cuma mau berteman sama ini, bisa nggak ya aku berteman sama yang ini? Ngerti
soalnya
nggak
dia
sih?
keren kan. Soalnya dia kayak banyak followernya.
Ya, atau pansus sosial ini itu, you know. Sebenarnya kayak trying to fit in kan sama aja dengan pansos, betul nggak sih?
Benar.
What do you think?
I think
Kan?
it's the same. It's
Ya,
very hard, ya.
kayaknya banyak artis-artis saja masih banyak yang kayak gitu, masih kayak
Oh, masih banget.
trying to fit into apa majority yang
Ya.
yang bisa diterima. Kayak contoh yang nggak bisa menikah pura-pura nikah, yang nggak bisa hamil tiba-tiba bisa hamil. Kan
Oh
lucu.
my god, so controversial. That is so controversial. Itu gak
Just
pernah habisnya
example.
sih. Memang itu kalau mau ngomong tentang fit in itu memang kayak literally everyone. Tapi bukan hanya di ini ya, di kalangan-kalangan celebrity or celebgram or influencer or something like that. Sometimes even in
Everyone.
ya, tapi kadang kalau di our workplace juga ya, maksudnya kayak atau when we are in school, kayak dulu aja kita try to fit in, benar?
Betul.
I've been that person too, like
Ya,
ih,
all of us have
aku
been
mau
that
dong
person.
berteman sama mereka, soalnya mereka keren. People always
Aku
people
mau
always do
dong
that.
beli HP Nokia karena semua orang pakai Nokia. Betul
benar
kan?
banget ya ya.
Kayak kita semua itu pernah kayak gitu, cuman kayak it will come to a point dimana kalau misalnya kita belajar the hard way or the easy way or the light way itu, kita baru bisa loh kalau misalnya nggak salah mengikuti apa maunya orang-orang sekitar.
Okay, so why you decide to come back to Medan and actually start your business in Medan?
Sebenarnya banyak ya sisi yang dipikirkan sebelum aku balik. Karena aku di sana itu I was quite lucky. Kayak aku
How many years?
di-expose dengan
How many years you are in KL?
7.
Wow. 7 tahun itu kamu working ya berarti ya?
Dan in between kayak I was quite lucky soalnya aku kerja dapat berpindah-pindah tempat. Jadi I was to kayak bisa terbang ke sini buat kerjaan, terbang ke sana buat kerjaan for a while. So it's a change of scenery yang kayak bikin aku melihat dunia tuh lebih luas. Untuk meninggalkan semua itu sebenarnya agak susah karena pas sebelum aku balik itu posisi aku udah lumayan tinggi. Dan uang yang dapat itu gajinya pun udah lumayan.
Yeah.
Jadi kan, but it comes to the point dimana you have to decide kayak aku yakin kita semua itu akan bakal dipertemukan dengan satu usia dimana kamu harus decide kamu bakal tetap your comfort zone or you out from it.
True.
Ya, jadi aku memilih untuk mau berapa lama coba di negeri orang, but you will never be accepted as one of theirs. Kayak contohnya Malaysia, karena Malaysia itu sangat susah untuk mendapatkan PR-nya.
Okay.
Ya, jadi apa coba untuk itu? Mendingan kalau aku bisa di Malaysia untuk shift into education, in change of what my passion is. Mendingan aku gunakan itu untuk merubah Indonesia, di mana aku dilahirkan. Then it comes to the point di mana di sisi aku harus menerima apa adanya, karena selama ini lah sebenarnya sesuai dengan apa yang kamu bahas tadi sih, kayak contohnya trying to fit in.
Yeah.
I was trying to fit in karena back then itu it was a trend di mana semua orang itu belajar di luar.
Yeah.
Dan mindset saya itu merasa kalau misalnya aku bisa keluar itu bakal lebih cool.
Okay.
Walaupun sebenarnya kita di luar itu untuk menimba ilmu yang lebih dalam. Tapi kebanyakan orang itu mau pergi keluar itu untuk merasa lebih tinggi. Kan?
Lebih
Tapi aku
hebat.
punya alasan tersendiri selain dengan itu kenapa aku pergi keluar. Actually, then comes to now, kayak you have to take the risk to come back karena it's time for you to accept where you were born and what are you gonna do with it instead of
Yes.
running away from your hometown. Karena kan I was running away from it because I hate the culture here. Honestly,
I know that.
I hate how people talks about each other. Itu kayaknya sudah rahasia umum. So I had to choose between aku depresi di Medan or I had to go somewhere else.
Yes.
Yeah, and I had to make that decision. However, it comes to the point di mana aku harus decide untuk come back karena aku ada keluarga, that's for sure. And my mom is not young anymore, my dad is not young anymore, and I had to make priorities. You know, kayaknya
Okay.
udah saatnya setelah begitu lama aku di luar 10 tahun mendingan aku balik. And you know, I don't want to feel guilty. I want to spend time with people I love, pastinya.
Yes.
And I want to change Indonesia sebenarnya. Jadi aku mau bawa ilmu-ilmu apa yang pernah aku pelajari, kesalahan yang pernah aku alami untuk dibawa ke my business point of view and my way of thinking and my way of projecting positivity untuk orang-orang di sekitar saya. Jadi I think that is so important from what we learn is to share.
Iya. Soalnya kemarin saat kamu balik itu ya, gue sempat terkejut sih because like I thought like you hate it to came back to your hometown, right? And then like suddenly you are there and with all the gue kayak bener-bener kayak kemarin kan nanya gue, are you really back for good? Like seriously? Kayak bener-bener sih, soalnya gue udah mengira oh you doing good because I saw your Instagram, you're like tadi yang seperti lo bilang you flying there, you even went to London, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And itu benar-benar bagus banget sih, like I saw a lot of achievement you had ya back then working in KL itu. And yeah, so like I quite shocked when you're back, but
Iya, but you know kayak mau sampai kapan coba? You know, if you see something that kayak aku merasa waktu aku di sana itu, I have no end goal. Karena end goal dari tempat yang aku kerja itu, gimana ya, kayak kalau aku, you know, logically kalau misalnya aku kerja sampai umur 40 tahun, let's say.
Okay.
Apakah kamu gak bisa jadi orang sana?
Okay.
You know? And then that means one day you have to come back.
Bagaimana kalau kamu kemarin pas ngelamar untuk jadi ini ya PR ya berarti di sana ya, and you get it, what will you do?
If I get it,
Yeah.
that will be a different story. I think I'm gonna start a business there. In the end of the day, we just want to make the people we love happy. Want to make a better life for yourself.
Yes.
And but at the same time, there are so many reasons at that particular timing itu. Kayak banyak hal-hal yang terjadi. It's not only one thing.
Yes.
Kamu pasti udah tahu waktu sampai umur 30, banyak tanggung jawab, you know, you have a lot of considerations.
Yes.
Karena kamu di usia dimana kamu have to decide what you're gonna do with your life. It's either you're gonna work for someone for the rest of your life,
Yes.
or you do something for yourself,
That's true.
for a good change. As simple as that. Kayaknya, so I chose to just do something for myself and to do something of my own interest. Kayak, I think that's the reason why I decide to just come back and start here.
Berapa lama sih lo mikir untuk kayak okay, I decided to come back? Soalnya yang seperti kamu bilang itu tadi ya, maksudnya orang-orang itu kan susah banget untuk came out from their comfort zone. untuk buka
Yeah.
kotak itu dan lompat keluar itu, it's really hard.
Because I started working when I was so young. Aku kerja itu udah mulai dari usia yang sangat muda, di mana kayak aku jadi tutor, bantuin papaku menggambar ini itu, kayak jadi tutor bahasa Inggris di tempat les di Medan ini. So kayak working life plays a big part in my life. Jadi kayak I had been thinking about it for quite a while. Kayaknya udah the last 2-3 years before I came back, itu aku udah memikirkan sebenarnya, kayak waktu aku beranjak umur 25 tahun, aku udah mikir apa aku mau seterusnya begitu. You know.
Yeah.
And how long you going to be someone's slave, for example? Itu hard worknya.
Itu paling susah sih questionnya.
Yeah.
How long?
Yeah, so kayaknya, I was questioning myself. Kayak, sometimes itu menjadi self-doubt.
Yeah.
Kayak, you are so haunted with how people sees you. You want to control on how people sees you or respect you.
Yeah.
Jadinya kayak banyak consideration di otak kamu itu, karena you want to fit in. You want to fit
back
in.
Back again, so that fit in.
Unconsciously you want to fit into the social value di mata orang lain.
Yes.
Then that is what I call as a comfort zone. But it hits where I have to jump up from there. Otherwise, nothing's gonna change. Di mana-mana kerja sama orang itu tetap sama, namanya kerja sama orang. Berarti kamu banting tulang untuk bisnis orang, betul nggak sih? And
Benar.
sometimes you have a lot of ideas on you want people to listen to you. Kayak seperti yang kamu bilang tadi itu. Kamu banyak ide yang you wanna do. Kayak I was in fashion line kan. Tempat aku kerja itu. So it's about beauty, hair, fashion and all. Aku banyak ide yang aku mau bikin. And when I share that idea, people laugh at me. Contohnya, they look down on you because they thought that you're so young and you were just
naive,
you're just
right?
new, naive and we thought you're gonna be nothing, that kind of vibe. So I have to prove to myself that doubting myself is not the way. So I have to accept the fact that people in this world is gonna look down on you no matter what.
No matter what, benar sih.
Yeah.
Benar sekali itu.
So you don't need to fit in and just jump out from the comfort zone and start your thing, and prove to yourself, not to anybody, kalau you can do it, that your idea is not insane. Kayak ide-ide kamu itu tidak gila, ide-ide kamu itu sangat brilliant. That is what I'm gonna do. Itu sebabnya kenapa aku start my own business, having a lot of visions on what I'm gonna do with it.
Yes.
Yeah, and for my future actually. Kayak nobody's gonna prepare or draw the future for you.
Yeah, you draw your future
It's
yourself.
only by your own hand. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jadi
you
itu
draw the
sih.
line sih.
Jadi itu kenapa aku start my own business, and hopefully Indonesia can accept what I do, and hopefully in no time namanya my business is gonna be big, and it's gonna help a lot of locals, human beings, or everybody in the world, because the business that I want to do is something more to helping others.
That's cool. Berarti bukan talking about new business ya, berarti yang you wanted to invent it ya?
No, it's actually a current business that what I'm doing. Karena sekarang aku bikin salon.
Yeah.
But I want to create a product that is reachable for a lot of people. Because karena sekarang itu aku jujur aja, aku ke salon-salon di Indonesia. There are so many salons, good ones. That one is definitely ada salon-salon sangat bagus, dan juga rata-rata banyak salon yang hanya mau keuntungan, di mana tidak melihat kesehatan dari pelanggannya. Contohnya itu kalau treatment itu harus mahal-mahal.
Benar,
Betul
benar.
nggak sih? Kalau
Benar.
misalnya mindset orang Indonesia itu kalau mau ke salon ditawarin treatment pasti di otaknya mikirnya apa? Pasti mahal, betul?
Ah, and then like you want to put vitamin, you want to put serum, you want to put
Ya,
the anti oily, I don't know lah,
ya,
like segala macam campur aduk di dalam semua, gila.
ya
Itu
betul.
gila
Jadinya
banget sih.
kayak waduh, gila 10 juta.
Iya,
Gimana coba?
terkejut.
Kita kerja sama orang dapat
Lebih
gajinya
lebih
bagus
mahal
berapa?
daripada potong rambut, gila.
Ya betul. Nah, jadi aku mau bikin reverse from this karena soalnya menurut aku kebutuhan pergi ke salon itu it's not only about kecantikan, but it's also about kesehatan Anda.
Ah ya, ya ya.
Apalagi zaman-zaman sekarang begini ya, kayak zaman corona contohnya. Virus itu nanti bisa lengket di sana sini, betul nggak sih?
Iya.
Contohnya, kita kan kita nggak ngomongin corona deh. Contohnya virus apapun itu. Kalau misalnya
Iya.
kayak di rambut Anda tidak sehat, tidak dijaga karena mahal, tidak ada uang, kan kasihan, betul nggak sih? Kan
Benar,
nggak mungkin
benar.
tiap hari kalian ganti sarung bantalnya.
Because your hair is your crown, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Tapi amazing
Karena-
banget sih, gue lihat Instagram ini your business Instagram yang ada scrap hair itu
Tops.
is
Yeah.
gila banget, kayak kotorannya itu keluar
Yeah,
gitu
it will keep
loh.
off.
Oh my
Iya,
god,
jadi
like
kamu
that was
bayangkan,
amazing.
Iya, kalau misalnya it's so reachable kalau misalnya my salon keep doing this, soalnya aku mau membantu semua orang itu. Kayak contohnya air di Indonesia kita itu sangat kotor.
Benar.
Ada banyak kuning-kuningnya. Belum lagi debu-debu, polusi
Polusi,
udara.
ya, yes.
Nah, belum lagi keringat, belum lagi
Hmm.
udara yang sangat ozon kita yang sudah
Menipis
terbuka.
sekali,
Betul
kan?
nggak sih?
Iya.
Jadi kayak belum lagi produk-produk karena mau cantik kan, taruhlah produk semuanya. Yang mahal, yang ini itu semua pokoknya taruhlah, gak mau tahu kan.
Ya,
Tapi
yang
kadang
penting
waktu-
yang penting mahal.
Ya, yang penting mahal kirain udah oke. Padahal ada yang banyak mengandung silikon, paraben ini
Ya, itu banyak yang mengandung chemistry gak sih? Kayak
Ya,
gitu.
itu kan banyak zat-zat kimia. Kalau zat-zat kimia tidak dibersihkan itu kita bisa tahu sendiri lah kan. Terus
Yes.
apalagi zaman sekarang kan zamannya apa tuh namanya?
It will become
Ngopi
cancer ya.
Nongki.
Apa?
Katanya kan zaman-zaman nongki.
Apa itu? Nongki. What's
Zaman
that?
apa itu namanya? Zaman-zaman kelayapan.
Apaan sih?
Kelayapan. Jadi tiap hari harus cantik-cantik. Kan
TP-TP,
harus
tebar
Instagram.
pesona.
Jadi rambut harus cantik-cantik, taruhlah hairspray segudang. Terus cucinya agak bersih karena mau cepat-cepat kan.
Benar.
Jadi itu sih.
Oh, so now you are actually having a beauty salon, right?
Yes,
Di your hometown. Itu udah jalan berapa tahun sih?
Belum setahun.
Belum setahun.
Belum setahun sih. Karena
But it's
kan aku
good.
baru baliknya itu
Yeah,
tahun
it's good.
lalu.
Namanya
Aku baru balik
Golden
tahun lalu.
Scissors ya.
Yes,
Guys,
Golden
if you want
Scissors.
to, treatment your hair with this guy, he's amazing. Just go to his salon and getting your hair done.
Okay, back to food.
Yes. But how is it like? I mean, crowdnya itu gimana menurut kamu?
Yes,
Soalnya kan
I found
banyak
something-
salon kan di sana kan di area kamu di Medan juga also have a lot of senior salon ya.
Yeah.
How
I found it very funny. Kayak kadang customer itu that is your motivation. Itu beneran bikin aku lebih termotivasi and I feel kayak aku nggak gila punya ide ini. Karena waktu aku launching this product in my salon,
what product
the
you
scrub
launch?
detox-
Is it the
the
scrub?
detox.
Oh, the
Yeah.
scrub detox namanya.
Ya, karena itu sebenarnya kan aku baru salon pertama
Yeah.
yang racik sendiri obatan itu karena semuanya organik.
Wow. That's
Ya,
amazing.
jadi organik itu sudah bertahun-tahun aku belajar tentang treatment apa yang bagus buat untuk rambut itu, terutama untuk kulit kepala. Jadi scrub detox itu yang organik aku yang racik sendiri. The first in Medan, I think. In Indonesia, I'm not really sure. Pokoknya organik deh aku punya. Jadi selama waktu aku launching produk ini, karena begitu banyak percakapan orang tentang gak mungkin lah bisa jalan organik kayak gitu. Masih banyak salon-salon perawatan di Medan yang sudah terkenal, yang sudah senior ini itu.
Yeah.
Then it was so funny karena customer yang datang itu malahan banyak yang bilang komplainnya itu tetap sama. Semuanya itu rata-rata kulit kepala gatal, ketombean. Padahal waktu awal-awal aku mau bikin produk ini kan pada bilang, gila ya kamu ya, siapa luar. Gak mungkin lah ada orang mau bikin kayak gitu di kepala. Orang kan ada keramas, orang pergi salon aja berapa hari sekali gak keramas di rumah. Banyak yang bilang kayak gitu. Then the fact is there are so many people having scalp problem karena mereka malu untuk ngomongin padahal.
Iya,
itu nomor satu. Kedua itu bukan hanya malu karena mahal.
Yes.
Waktu ditanyanya itu, kita semua itu kan manusia ya. Kita pasti kalau yang gengsinya lebih tinggi dan lebih banyak uang ya gak tanya lah, tinggal langsung bayar kan. Tapi kan kalau yang kayak kita yang pas-pasan,
tapi 80% will ask, you know. 80% people will ask.
Tanya berapa? Terus habis itu kadang aku kan bilang kayak 150.000. Then afterwards pasti pertanyaan itu termasuk dengan cuci rambut gak? Sama blow rambut?
Yes, true.
It makes me question.
Gak sekalian sama sampo gak ya?
Iya, mungkin orang kirain kok gitu murah? Karena selama ini treatment gak ada yang
150 itu cuman ini biasa wash and blow.
Iya, around like vitamin.
Without itu ya vitamin and segala macam itu ya.
Iya, jadi kan mungkin orang jadi bingung sendiri kayak kenapa murah sekali gitu. Then it makes me motivated. It makes me makin terpacu kalau misalnya itu aku mau membantu orang-orang yang kayak begitu. Soalnya kasihan sih lihat orang kalau misalnya kerja susah-susah simpan uang,
habisnya di salon.
Tahu ada masalah di kulit kepala, mau pergi treatment, rambutnya rusak ini itu, tapi gak mampu.
True.
It's so sad. Jadinya itu bukan salon kecantikan kesehatan lagi, itu namanya jadi apa tuh namanya? Salon gua emas.
Salon gua emas?
Iya.
What?
Goa emas. So you walked in, you need to bring a lot of gold.
Oh, right. Because you need to invest in your hair.
Yeah, you need to pay shitloads of money.
Gila sih itu, beneran. Itu berarti your product itu gunanya apa? Kegunaannya
itu membasmi kulit kepala kita dari kuman, jamur. Jamur itu dan kuman itu bisa datang dari yang segalanya, contohnya air, udara, debu, silikon, dari sampo, dari hair product itu yang bakal clogs our pori-pori scalp.
So basically everything lah ya, wash out everything ya.
Ya,
yang
jadi
kita nggak nampak itu ya.
Ya, dia bakal stimulate our scalp to actually detox the dirt, kotoran itu, the build up to come out by itself. Dan setelah itu,
pantesan kemarin yang gue nengok itu berarti pakai ini ya.
Ya.
Wow,
terus
juga
bisa stimulate untuk hair growth. Jadi banyak orang yang rambut rontok ini itu banyak orang yang nggak tahu sebenarnya.
Oh dong.
Datang dong.
Tipis banget rambut gua, aduh.
Iya, itu loh. Sebenarnya rontok itu banyak karena jamur-jamur di kepala yang kalian nggak tahu.
Oh my god. I think I have a lot of fungus di kepala gua nih. Sekarang tiba-tiba kayak gatal kali.
Terus ya kak.
Iya. That's good.
Jadi inti ceritanya itu jangan pernah merasa kalau ide kamu itu gila, or try to fit in any case, you know, and just be who you are, accept what the genius of you has to do.
Tapi
step out from the comfort zone.
Sometimes ya sebenarnya when we want to be ourselves, we want to show what we capable of. Tapi kadang ketika kita melakukan itu, kita udah kayak okay, we are very semangat gitulah ya. But there is always something ya yang bisa kayak and then okay, our confidence drop again, and then we like okay, back again in zero. Kamu bisa gak sih?
Yeah.
gua always like that. That's why it's so hard, you know. It's so hard to just. Sometimes kita memang bisa kayak okay, we need to apalah, get the fuck up and get a grip and let's be ourselves. But kadang nggak segampang itu sih ya.
Iya, nggak segampang, tapi you have to love yourself. Kayak terima itu apa adanya. Kalau misalnya ada perasaan down atau jatuh itu normal, karena all of us have gone through that. But we always have to remember, kalau untuk aku selalu
Yes.
Harus ingat, kalau misalnya aku mau nangis hari ini, aku harus janji dulu, setelah hari ini, besok aku gak boleh nangis lagi.
Wow.
Ya, jadi kayak
That's a commitment lah ya, buat komitmen untuk ourselves ya.
Commitment. I know it's hard, but you have to do it. Nobody can do it.
Accept ourselves.
You have to do it
True.
yourself. Yeah.
Bener sih, itu gue percaya banget. Like we somehow kayak we talk to people, tapi kita belum tentu bisa help them because it's on them, it's on ourselves. Kayak
But I know it's difficult. Jadi jangan merasa down. Kalau misalnya gimana ya cara merubahnya? Contohnya aja sesimpel kayak tadi pertanyaan yang Mac tanya, kenapa mau balik ke Medan? Berapa lama memikirkan itu? It took me 2 to 3 years to decide. It's the same thing.
Yes.
So never feel down or never feel shy to admit it.
Soalnya kebanyakan kalau orang yang udah kerja di luar itu ya, mereka will not going back to their hometown.
Yeah.
Like,
But priorities kan setiap orang itu berbeda. Kalau prioritas aku itu like what I told you, I wanna do something for my own brand and actually satu mindset ini yang gak pernah aku share ke orang ya. Aku mikirnya begitu. Aku di luar itu aku gak mau nanti dibilang sombong pula kan.
Yalah.
Karena aku memikirkan kalau misalnya aku di luar itu, I share my knowledge to people out there.
Yes.
And people respected it, Aku juga banyak murid dari Medan, dari Indonesia yang jadi muridku di sana. And it makes me wondering, kalau misalnya aku bisa share my knowledge di luar itu, why not I start from where I grew up?
True.
We cannot keep on focusing on outer world sampai kita kacang lupa kulitnya.
Benar.
Sebenarnya itu sih, jadinya aku gak mau focus too much on outside. How about start dari gimana ya, kayak appreciate where you were born with, the people you are with, and try to change it instead of try to make a change.
Yes.
Transition is
Yeah. I remember you said you are struggling, but now you have your own empire.
It's a different. Ya, bayangkan aja deh, kayak selama 10 tahun balik, pasti rasanya beda. You have to
different people, different culture.
Yeah, different way of thinking.
Yes.
You have to rebrand yourself. Karena teman-teman aku di luar itu, they have known me for years, jadi mereka tahu cara berpikir aku tuh gimana. Sedangkan aku balik ke Indonesia, ke Medan especially, when you are trying to communicate with your way of thinking, nanti orang merasa tersinggung ini itu.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to actually adjust yourself and adjust to traditional mindset, traditional thinking mindset, the habit, every day what you need to do, the way of how you dress, the way of how you present yourself, you have to control everything. Because apparently
ketika
back in Medan,
ketika kita jalan kemana pun orang bakalan
everyone just look at you like
like you're a freak.